The assets that we have, they are fantastic assets. The people that we have, they are fantastic. I have full faith that everybody who is supposed to be here, but I'm street smart, and I know how to rise again.
Yep.
So the challenge that I had when I was at university, my third year, I failed my third year.
Oh.
Yeah. The best time of my life. And when I did my postgrad, Sasol came. Okay. And that's how my relationship with Sasol actually started. Today, if somebody says to me, I'm resigning, and they say to me, and I ask where you are going, I hope the answer they are giving is they're going overseas. I hope, I always hope. If you say I'm resigning and I'm going down the road, I get very frustrated. Nothing that you do changes your identity that you are perfect, you are holy, you are chosen, you are built to a cornerstone Christ, perfected by the blood. But every day you are being sanctified. So my kids, if there's the only thing that they should learn as a legacy, stay in prayer. We are taking too long to make decisions. We're taking too long to land on a minimum viable solution, and we're also taking too long to kill projects. I learn a lot from, by the way, let's just put it out there. I learn a lot from you, the ability to listen. And you come back with a feedback. Last time we spoke, you came with that homework, and this is what. Surround yourself with smart people, and they will bring out the best if you fire them up in the right way. It is the best relationship for me, seeing you grow as an engineer, and it is my hope. Stay focused. If you happen to fall, rise again.
Yep.
Yeah, if you happen to fall, rise again. Welcome to Msizaville. This is Msizaville.
Okay.
And it's good to have you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to P Squared Podcast. Today, I have Mr. Andy Msiza. Welcome to P Squared Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's good
to have you.
So we're going to start first with our game, our moments. So you're going to pick 3 cards for me randomly and then just give them to me. Don't look at them. Stand.
Who came up with these cards?
I came up with it. It's just to break the ice. Okay, let's see. Take you back to the old good times. You see, the kids version. So
the kids.
Yeah. What is your favorite sport to play?
Definitely running.
Running.
Yeah. Social running.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. Like you were running alone.
We're not competitive like that. Social running. Definitely, that's my favorite sport to do.
Yeah, and from the first time we had a discussion, you were a bit chubby then.
Yes.
Yeah. So when did you start?
No, I have actually been running since I was little. Since at primary school, and I have up and downs.
Yeah.
Sometimes I run, sometimes I not. Like for now, in the last 2 to 3 months, I only ran this morning.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to get fit for you.
Okay.
It didn't work. There's still some chop over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, no. You cut a lot of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I went to a medical checkup. When you become a leader, you also have to lead your life properly. And I went to a medical checkup, and this lady was assessing me, and she told me, "Yeah, you are your medical age or your biological age is like something like 62." She tells me, I haven't even turned 50. Like, what? Like, yeah, that's what your signs are telling us. So you need to look after yourself.
Yeah.
So it's important to do that exercise.
Okay. Are you gonna be part of the Sasol class where everybody's running? You're gonna do the marathon as well?
I do the marathons. I do
the comrades.
21s. That race. Let me tell you about the comrades. Greg. I know in my mind and in my heart, I'm very convinced that I'm capable of running the comrades. I don't have to do it to prove it.
Okay, great.
but I have great respect for those who are running the comrades, just in case. Yeah, no, it's everybody's wish. I wish guys did start to do the comrades, but it's never too late. I mean, you see some people like 80 years, 85 years.
Yeah, I don't have interest of running that. So I did my fair share.
No, it's the greatest. It's the greatest race for this country. I hope one day I start at least.
Okay.
Then we will see whether we finish it. Wait. Okay. Why don't we plan to do it in the next 2 years, you and I?
Next question. We'll see about that. I'm not promising anything. So what do you worry about the most?
I worry. Yeah, it's a tough question.
Yeah, if you were a kid, you're like not having like sweets or anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a kid, right?
Yeah.
But if I think about my kids, I worry whether I have a solution at the same time. I worry whether I have done enough to build them up to be the very best that they can be. Yeah, I worry whether I have given them enough opportunities together with my wife, whether we have done the best that we can. I think we did. The way they are turning out, there's some really fantastic daughters. But that is my worry.
Right. Okay. Okay. Did you have a chance to be kind to anyone today?
Did I have a chance to be kind to anyone today? I took my daughter to school. She's writing exams. Yes. And other kindness we don't mention because the left hand must not know what the right hand is doing. Otherwise, then you get celebrated right there and then.
Okay. Yeah. Then I have the easy ones right here. So just one-word response, right?
One-word response.
Yes.
Okay.
If you had to describe your leadership style in one word, what would it be?
Servant.
What one word best captures your journey so far?
Bold.
Oh. If you could give one word of advice to young engineers, what would it be?
Patient.
What one word motivates you every day?
Go.
How would you summarize your vision for the future of energy in one word?
Affordable. I need it to be affordable if that hydrogen story has to be believable.
That one I can tell you is not gonna be.
The sun is free, my man.
The sun is free.
The hand is so freely given, and in this African nation, we have a chance, so much land of that sun, and we got the sun. It's free. It's almost like somebody saying, what's one word you will say about oxygen? If you ask this question during COVID, expensive, yeah?
Yeah. It would be.
How many people died, during COVID because of that? So yes, my vision for the future in terms of energy, affordable. It's important. Then everybody gets a chance, correct? Yeah. Everybody gets a chance to have access, especially in this continent.
Yeah.
It's important that we do everything in our power to make energy affordable. Yeah. Now I'm even much more convinced. Affordable.
Yes. So tell me then, what does it cost to be Andy Msiza?
Are we still on the
No,
one
no,
word?
no, not the one word. No, we done with the one word. We had 5 questions on one word.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of giving chance, a lot of trusting in the other person, and equal thinking. I approach people with a mind that they are thinking at my level. So it takes a lot to do that, because firstly you have to elevate them to your thinking capacity, or elevate them at least to say, this person is capable of thinking, and their thought is very important to be listened to. So it takes a lot to do that, because it means you must also humble yourself, because you can learn a lot from others. I learn a lot from my wife. I learn a lot from my kids, because I treat them that their thinking is worthy of being listened to. So it takes a lot of humility. So
Yeah.
And that is why at the center also of how I lead, or how I lived my life, is really about serving. Serving to the point that sometimes you even forget to look after yourself. And it's
just one of the things that I spoke to one of your ex-colleagues. You mentioned like you it leads to what you're saying, like you try to bring yourself down, be on the same level as someone, just hear what they have to think and all that. It was like you're very collaborative, so you just have to, you just like giving even the younger guys like a chance in the room just to lead, so they can get that experience. So,
yeah. It's good to be that mirror, because in each of us there's that cat that is actually a lion. My song, eh?
Give it extra. So, but just trying to think about this one. How are you doing? Really, how are you doing?
I am great. I'm super.
Super.
I'm cruising. I've never cruised so much in my life. I am listening to myself. I'm listening to my mind. I'm in tune with nature. I'm in tune with my spirituality.
Yes.
I am so driven in just being myself, and I'm doing really well. I'm doing really, really well.
Yeah, it's good. So, let's start first in your career journey in leadership. Besides chemical engineering, was there anything that you wanted to do? Or it's always been, I want to be a chemical engineer?
I never wanted to be a chemical engineer. I didn't even know what a chemical engineer does. Like everybody else wants to be, well, let me not say everybody else, want to be a doctor. But myself, I wanted to be a doctor, a medical practitioner.
Not me. Anything that has to do with blood, I was like, no.
It was not even the issue of just of blood, but I grew up in Witbank, and there was always down the road from the township where I was. They call it Emakuleng. It's an Indian. It's a road with shops, that are owned by Indians, and there were just lots of doctors in that area. And I remember just going to the doctors there, like, this is these people are actually work. It was not like they are going to town or something. For me, they were in my township, and they're established in my township. And they were it's almost like is the kind of work that you can equal to work from home, or you can work close to where you are at. You can open a surgery next to your house. So clearly, I'm a supporter of work from home. Then my parents were in a little mining town. They call it Blesbok. And there was this big mountain heap of fine coal.
Yeah.
And every time I would see guys going there and hard hats, wearing ties and stuff. I didn't know what they were doing, but I thought that's also another job I would like to do. I didn't know what that was. I guess they were metallurgists or some sort, or mining managers. And there went my dream of being a doctor, because like, okay, so now we can also work outside. We can be on this big 4x4 truck and wear a tie. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. So I thought that's the kind of work that I want to do. And I think I was still at primary school when that change happened, but I didn't associate what kind of work that is until, one day there are these adverts, round about standard. What is standard 7 in your language, Greg? That's grade 9 or something like that. Yeah. When we have to choose for next year what subjects you are going to do. I remember getting brochures, in terms of bursaries. And in every page, there was a lot of mining bursaries. I think at the time in the 90s, there was a lot of money in the country when it comes to mining, Anglo, De Beers and all gold fields, and every page they were giving lots and lots of bursaries. And there was this picture of guys, this time on a 4x4 with a big A1 type of a drawing, and they were wearing hard hats and they were pointing. And as they were pointing, there was also this big structure of a model of some sort. Okay, definitely. This is it. Chemical engineering, metallurgist. Okay, they're in the mines. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a process metallurgist, and that's what I did. So, and I applied to be a metallurgist. I'll tell you the story about another day. What happened from a metallurgist to a chemical engineer.
Yeah, because I saw like you did national diploma 1 year, then straight into that chemical engineering.
Yeah. Because I mean, in the, Highfeld Steel is a company that does stainless steel, so I'm always been surrounded either mining towns and it was hiring a whole lot of graduates. And when I applied for the bursary, I wanted to do metallurgy. Goldfields took me on, and they said before you go to university, you will do a 1 year employment. So I went. Just after matric to go work at the goldfields in Clough, somewhere there next to Carltonville. There were like old men who were going underground. There was like in my own little room. I've never been away from my folks. I remember my dad and my mom dropping me off at the goldfields in our little buggy at home, and then like that's where you're going to stay. They dropped me off there. Hey, I don't know how they were feeling. I'm sure they were feeling like living our child. Yeah. So for the first 6 months, I did process metallurgy at Goldfields, both gold mines, platinum mines. A lot of like 1 month here, 1 month there. Went to Northern Platinum, doing all these practicals. And then the June of that year, then I registered at the VETS. At the time, it's called VETS Tech. Okay. It's called University of Johannesburg, to do my, what they call it, T1, my first year of metallurgy. Oh, it was nice.
Okay, for 1 year.
It was nice to be in, and I stayed in Hillbrow. Yep. I didn't know. There was nothing wrong with Hillbrow at the time. There was nothing wrong. It was very safe. I just walk down the road, go from Hillbrow, go down to the UJ campus, down below the Ponte City. Yeah. There's that big tower over there called Ponte City. I've been in that building because some of my friends who were studying at UJ were staying in that building called the Ponte City. It was the best time of my life. I was so curious. I learned a lot about friendship. I learned
You're
a
still
lot.
here.
Yeah, and I'm still here.
From
you
your
know, I cannot walk around in Hillbrow today. You know, like, it feels foreign. But I will cherish those 6 months of being in Hillbrow, because I was still getting paid. So I was a very rich first year student. Yeah. But I was not getting paid as much money as those who were sponsored by Anglo American. Anglo had like some of the super bursaries. Their students were actually staying in a hotel. Opposite where I was staying, in a hotel. They were having a lot of money.
Okay.
But it was a good experience, Greg, in terms of just understanding mineral processing, managing of mines or operating those facilities. But in the VEC work of that year, that December, then came students from the universities. And when they came, they were given projects. I think students normally they would do 8 weeks or 12 weeks of VEC work. From universities, from Wits, from Cape Town. I remember this guy who was coming in to do a project. That the manager said, "Andy, you must help." I forgot his name. You must help him with the experiments and And then what is he going to do? He was like sitting in an office, and I was like running around, like, okay, why is he sitting in an office? Like, no, he's training to be an engineer. You are a process metallurgist. So in the mines, what they do is the people with the engineering degree, they go into the management area. Most of the people, they do the engineering design, the mine, the technical support. Then the operations guys, they run the control rooms, they run the operations. And then I looked at this like, I want to, I'm leaving vets, I'm going to the university. And I told them like, no, you know what, next year, I'm not continuing this run around over here. We are lifting the bar a little bit. I want to go to university, not to the technical. I didn't sign up for this. And they said, yeah, for sure, you can go to the university. I applied at Vets University. Vets said no. Don't know why.
I guess this is the reason why you don't like those people.
Because I love
no, you don't. You always vouch for your IQs. IQs this, IQs that.
And then Space Born, I said, yeah, please come, my boy. And I went to Cape Town. And it was really great because that's where the twist comes in, because I was going at Vets to do metallurgy, right? Just in terms of just continuing the story of why chemical, just to combine the two. So at UCT, mineral processing is an option at the end of the third or of the second year, the third year and final year. But it's really a chemical engineering department, and that's how I actually ended up doing chemical engineering. I was still gonna go work at the mines because I was still sponsored by Goldfields. The Goldfields, somewhere in my third year, they pulled out all the bursaries because of financial challenges in the company. So I was left without a bursary. So I finished my studies without the Goldfields bursary.
And
that's the first time that that's when my parents, that was the hardest time. That was, that was the hardest time. You know, when people say, we struggle to take our kids to university, I don't think I would have experienced that if I had the bursary. It gave me a different perspective of to what ends parents go to make sure that their kids do well. So that is why when I said to you earlier on, what worries me the most, I guess it comes from that, because I think my parents, they did the very best they could do with very little. And I'm wondering if I'm as half capable to do that for my daughters. But my mother pulled through, and together with my dad, and they really made it happen. And I finished the degree. Supposed to go and work, right?
Yeah.
Now I don't have a job because The bursary was pulled out. It's like, Then that's when I did my postgrad. So I decided there and then that I'm gonna do my postgrad because I don't have a job. I found a job at the university to look after the residency. Yeah. So I became a warden of the residency.
Yeah, you became a lot of things. You became like a house receptionist, the UCT head counsel, and a sub warden.
Where are you getting all this? Yeah.
I had to do my research.
So I participated a lot at the university, and especially in that last year when I didn't have a bursary, because then every cent at that time, counted. And I think that's what people have to do. That's what we have to do. You have to. If you have not finished your degree and there's no money to complete your degree, and you have two hands, you have a mind that works, you've got two legs, do something, let's go. Do something.
That's why you said the one word, you said go.
Yeah, do something, and it works out at the end of the day. Yeah. So I finished the degree and I did my postgrad, and when I did my postgrad, Sasol came. Okay. And that's how my relationship with Sasol actually started to sponsor my postgrad. And what a good sponsor that was, because with all that money, I was able to buy myself a car. Yeah, it's a very important story, this part. I was able to study, to buy myself a car, and that's when I started my little taxi business.
The car then was just like 10,000. Yeah, it's fine.
My friend, it was new from the box. It was new from the box. Okay. It was a Mazda Midge. Can you believe it? New from the box. I remember the salesperson saying, "No, you qualify with your stipend." Like, yeah.
Stipend, you buy a car, you qualify.
Yeah.
I would like to see it happen.
It was a stipend together. I was working. Remember, I was also working for the university while I was doing my postgrad, and I was able to buy a car, and I used that car to run a business. So I would transport people to the airport. I would transport students to the nightclubs. And at 3 a.m, so this Uber thing.
Yeah, you did it then.
Boy, I was there, I came with this idea. Like, that's me. I just didn't scale it and come up with it. Yeah, they would call at 3 o'clock, like, come collect us. Like, for you, my friend, anytime. Like, ching, ching, let's go.
Actually, it reminds me of like the lady that I showed, I think 2 episodes ago. She was also like a taxi driver.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing. Like the drunk students, give them a lift. Like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Then going for the, what is it? They have like trips and all that. She will be like a taxi driver. Moving them, was like, okay, I'll take you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, today you can't do that. You need a PDP.
Yeah, I see. But looking at varsity, can you share a particular challenge or responsibility you had as a deputy warden that taught you a key lesson about leadership?
So when I was deputy warden, this whole element of I'm not sure whether it's a culture tolerance or culture in intolerance. And I think many people who come from, let's say, Johannesburg or who come from KZN, when they go to Cape Town, they are faced with a very strong tradition of the Amaxhosa nation, the tradition of going to the mountains. And with that tradition come also the classification of men to say, Uyindoda, you are a man, or you have not gone to the mountain, you are not a man. And this causes a lot of conflict among the students, because it comes also with some disrespect of some sort. And when you have to lead in an organization like that, where you're leading different cultures, tolerance, context, background, of the people you are leading becomes very important, so that you can speak to the issues that are causing tensions and that are causing, let's say, inequality among the African brothers, precisely because, the passage of rights from being a young man to qualify to go, let's say, sit in the crawl or to sit with men because you've gone to the mountains. That passage is different from nation to nation, or from tradition to tradition. So to deal with that challenge among the students as a warden, where there's a sense of disrespect from one to another and having to calm situations, that would be one of the things that as a leader, I think I got to learn cultural tolerance, cultural accommodation, and respect. So tolerance, accommodation, and respect. These things became very key in my entire career, in whether traveling or whether working with people of different cultures. I've had a good chance to work with people of different cultures. And if I just point back on understand, accommodating, tolerating, and understanding the context, I think that is one of the features that enables me to be able to collaborate and to connect with people. Because what if you put yourself in their shoe?
Yeah,
you might learn something.
Yeah. While we're still on leadership, you've held multiple leadership roles. Technology manager to the current position, senior vice president for research and technology. What has been the biggest leadership lesson you've learned on the way?
Surround yourself with smart people.
Yeah.
You are not a leader because you are smart. You are a leader because you are surrounding yourself with smart people who your job is to unlock and fire them up so they can bring out that smartness. The areas where I started leading, I was leading people who had lots more experience than me. And you can't go into those spaces doubting yourself. So firstly, you need to be bold. You need to be bold in terms of saying that you've been chosen or you have raised your hand to lead, and you need to do that. You need to lead. They are technical experts in their own right. They have stripes from the experiences and the work that they've been doing, and now you are coming as a leader. You need to be very clear in the direction where you want the team to go. And you need to get out of people's hair. Don't micromanage. You need to just set the goal. And I like to set very simple goals. Either it's a simple mantra, or it's a simple word, or 3 or 6 or 4 things, but never like a top 10. And we work towards that goal. And then you bring out the best, because that's what I do. So the biggest lesson: surround yourself with smart people, and they will bring out the best if you fire them up in the right way.
Yeah, see. So before this, now your current role, you led the standards and practice division before, right? So what are some key innovations you are most proud of that impacted sustainability or the team as a whole?
So the area of standards and the area of practices in an organization that does capital projects is very key, because it sets the scene on how or how much you are able to move outside of the boundaries of safety, how much you are moving around the boundaries of compliance. And so the area of standards and practices that I'm proud of would have been the finalization, of course, of the setting up of the lessons that were learned from a capital project that I would not mention, a large capital project that had a lot of capital exceedance in terms of the budget. And there were many lessons that were learned in that project that needed to be institutionalized through the writing of standards. And the team was responsible for articulating and converting those lessons learned into standards, which are the standards that set now the manner in which we are doing capital projects in the organization. It also speaks to how the company makes capital decisions. The standards enabled us to also drive the mindset that not all problems need to be solved by a capital investment. So there were practices that were established through that in terms of how you would do a minimum technical solution, how you would align your problem statement to understanding the business requirements before you go and invest and make a capital investment. And when you have decided that you are going to make a capital investment, the liberties that you are having in terms of the application of the standards, and then finally, how you make decisions, investment decisions based on the information or the sufficiency of the information that is available to you, whether you compress schedules or whether you extend schedules, and whether you are able to manage the risks at the different gates. And those innovations in the standards and practices area are really, really good innovations, I think. Towards the end, we were trying to bring in this angle of agility, or an agile mindset in how we execute projects. I think there is still a lot of opportunity in the application of agile, not as a strict traditional methodology, but just as a mindset and as a way of going around limitations and obstacles. Because I think we are taking too long to make decisions. We're taking too long to land on a minimum viable solution, and we're also taking too long to kill projects. And you can actually win a lot of time by utilizing your resources differently if you really also think about the end state. And I need to make this point even more clearer in the current role within a research and technology environment, because very easy, you have an innovative idea. I think we are going to extract this element from this stream, and that's all you're thinking about. It ends there. But if you think like a businessman, then you say, okay, that's the kind of work that you're going to do. If it is successful, I'm going to need some equipment. I'm going to need a market. I'm going to need somebody to buy it. So before I go and do any experiments, and what is available as information to guide whether I should be doing this, and you'll be surprised. Some projects are killed because you didn't find a market. So before you even do wet experiments, you make a decision. Nobody's gonna buy this stuff.
Putting a lot of money into it, but
correct. Yeah. So that agile mindset that says to you, what's the minimum viable product, is one of the things that I think there's still an opportunity in the standards and practices environment to drive. Yeah. I would like to see much more emphasis in the engineering management area, I think a lot of capacity and a lot of potential has been lost in terms of understanding the discipline of engineering management. I think it's an important area. And why is it important? Because of it's like an octopus. All the touch points that area would touch.
Okay.
It touches both projects, it touches engineering, it touches all the disciplines, it touches on contracts, it touches construction. So engineering management as a discipline, I think it really requires a little bit of an uplift.
Okay. Then looking like you, I think I asked you during our last session, the midterm session. Like you travel a lot. I mean, I don't know how you do it, but I'll talk about that.
I travel a lot.
You travel a lot. One time you are here, you are there. I'm like, okay. But you work. When I spoke to your ex-colleague, the first time you guys worked together was in Mozambique. You mentioned you guys worked in Qatar, and then you've been to China. You've been to a couple of places, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you just share an example of a successful project you led or you were involved in?
I'll definitely say being able to run Oryx GTL at 110%. That I think was one of the greatest successes. I mean, that facility in Doha, in Ras Laffan, it's a money maker. It's a miracle of innovation in terms of Sasol's FT technology. So I was responsible for the engineering, hence my point. For the engineering management, after the plant was constructed and it was running fine. There was a team that was put together by management called dedicated owner team. It was run by a really fantastic Qatari gentleman, Rashid Al-Fayaidi. I mean, that team worked so close together, and I was the engineering manager for that team. And there was a project manager, a colleague from Sasol, Pascal. And the three of us together with the team, I mean, the amount of unity, the amount of collaboration, and the amount of systematic progressing of every scope, whatever scope that we had to deal with in order to unlock that facility to be able to operate at 110%, modifications to the ATRs, the piping systems, modifications to the refinery circuit, modifications to the water circuit, modifications to the air separations units, just to unlock that. And during that process, having to also interact with the South African office, the licensing team in terms of the FT technology. That combining people from India who were members of my team, people from Pakistan, people from Australia. It was like a cocktail of people. And let's say the best time to see a project where you also then are ready to push the limits and then say, right, let's go 110%.
There you go.
And the unit goes, and you're able to make money. Is it still running at 110% today?
Is it?
Not really, but it's capable of doing that. It was a deliberate decision to bring it down than the load, but it's absolutely capable of. I mean, that's a gem. That's a fantastic facility over there in Qatar, and the people of that country, they love us. South Africans. They love the company Sasol and our partnerships with our friends of QE. It's absolutely fantastic partnership.
Yeah.
So that for me was a very successful. There are many other successful projects, but that speaks to me because on a couple of things. Firstly, the diversity of the people. Yeah, that's the first one. Secondly, the partnership that you bring. Partnership is very important as an organization. The partnership that you bring as a shareholder in that space. You have a skin in the game. Yeah. And so the operation improvements that you are making to Oryx as Sasol together with QE in that area, you have a skin in the game to push the envelope. So collaboration, partnerships, those are key. And seeing the results at the end of the day, you gotta see the results. Yeah. So yeah. Great money maker story there.
I wish that facility was like this other facility with me, but yeah.
Well, this other facility also has a capability. Remember, this other facility has, one thing I say, the assets that we have, they are fantastic assets. The people that we have, they are fantastic. I have full faith that everybody who is supposed to be here to make our facilities 100% or 110%, those people are here.
Yeah.
The men and women that we hire, the young engineers who are still EITs, engineers in training today, going through a rigorous program, they are the future. And one thing I would not want to see is me dropping down the baton and they don't have a facility to run. It's a fantastic asset for the country as well.
Yeah.
So yes, we have also promised the country, promised the world that we were going to make it successful, and we are very much on track to do that. That's what we're going to do. I'm happy to be a part of that. Even as R&T, can you believe it? Even as R&T, we're pushing a lot of value add in that facility to ensure that it runs to the potential that it's supposed to run. And we've made this promise, and I'm fully convicted and convinced that we'll do it.
Okay.
Are you on board, Greg?
I'm on board.
Are you on board?
I'm on board.
Absolutely. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. That's what I want to hear. 2 questions on personal growth and advice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to shorten them. So, first one, what was one of the toughest challenges you faced in your career, and then how did you overcome it?
Not in my career. Greg, let me tell you a story. When you set up this interview and you put there, I want to talk about career, interest, academic. The moment I saw academic and I thought, no, not academic. I am not the smartest smarty in the box. But I'm street smart, and I know how to rise again.
Yep.
So the challenge that I had when I was at university, my third year, I failed my third year.
Oh.
Yeah. The best time of my life was my third year.
Was it because you lost the bursary?
No, that's because I was making money.
You were making money.
I was making bread. I was making
academics aside, money.
I was making money. So anybody who asked me, so what university did you go to? I say I went to UCT. I was very disadvantaged to go to UCT because I had to choose between going to the beach or staying in the class. So that's a disadvantage right there, right? So I chose to spend my time at the beach, and I was making money. I sold stuff. I drove people around. And that took away my focus. And when I failed, now remember what this means. That it means my parents actually had to go for 2 years, of doing this. But yes, you can say the bursary, but you can't blame. You can't blame the bursary. Many people go to university without funding and they don't flunk.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think they focus away from books. So what does it mean? Stay focused. If you happen to fall, rise again.
Yep.
Yeah. If you happen to fall, rise again. There's always a chance to do it again. So I didn't do well, and let me also tell this story. The subject, the subject that tricked me. You wanna guess what it was? Pyrometallurgy.
The what that you were supposed?
The what? Pyrometallurgy. There was a gentleman. What's his name? Was it Dave Deglon? Yeah, that's he's a professor there at UCT, and he's teaching mineral processing. And on that pyrometallurgy, there's also something like some practicals of some sort. Yeah, I didn't do well. So, notwithstanding the image of people wanting to remove this heap of fine coal of death and me being inspired to say I want to be like them, and the very course that want me to be like them, I actually didn't do it. So yeah, so you can have a dream in the very thing that you want, and that very thing that you want not succeed. It does not mean you cannot go around it and still rise again and be better. And I'm glad that I'm strictly chemical engineer.
Well, a chemical engineer, people, you repeat it a year.
Okay. Yep. And when you repeat, it becomes better.
Yeah. Then the second one is the last one. How important has mentorship been in your journey, and what do you look for when mentoring others?
Absolutely important. I had a great mentor when I joined Sasol, and he's still working. And I started at R&T.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started at R&T. Now that I'm running R&T, I actually started
full circle.
Yeah, I've come full circle. But I think a very big part of it was because of that mentorship. This gentleman, he's very calm. Even today, when I go to his office, he's very calm. He still looks exactly the same. He's very calm and lots of questions, never directing. And I think as a mentor, these are the work is done by the mentee. You ask the questions, and the work is done by the mentee. The homework is done by the mentee. I love giving homeworks in mentorship, because I think when you get the homework, you delve deep into the topic and try to understand how to actually be successful in that specific topic. So mentorship is very key, but you shouldn't have only mentorship in terms of the work. You should also have mentorship outside of the work. Outside of the work, there's a cousin brother of mine, and he's got same name as me. Okay. He's Andrew. He's in KZN. He took me under his wings when I just started off university and coming out. In fact, he loved the idea that, you are doing metallurgy. I remember he called me that he's going to somewhere in Limpopo. He's going to look at he's doing due diligence. I mean, I know I was studying metallurgy. Then he says, no, I want you to come with me. We are going to a mine. Okay. We are going to do a due diligence. I had not qualified, by the way, at that time. I was still a student, but it was during the holidays. We are going to do a due diligence on this mine where he was looking to invest in this mine. They were doing some coatings, or they were mining some filaments that are used in paint or something like this. and we were going to do this due diligence. I went with him. We drove all the way to the Limpopo area, arrived at this mine with him, and he was treating me like, this is Andy. And like, okay, I'm feeling like important now, like he's running a business. He's looking to invest in a mining works, and here am I as a student. He had so much. Well, he's still alive. Why do I say he had? He has. Yes. I think he still has today. He has, or at the time, he expressed so much belief and so much faith in me. Not only in terms of believing technically, but also believing spiritually. And so a lot of my spiritual walk as an adult was really inspired by him. And so my walk with God right now, to say both work and God can never be separated. And I think that's why that servant mindset is in me. So that outside mentorship is quite critical. He's running now, in fact, he didn't invest in the mine, but he's running now a facility that is doing construction, and just looking at him also inspires, so as him as a mentor who leads by example. So that's the second point, firstly, questions. Sure. Secondly, you need to live the life of so that people can look towards you in terms of how it's being done, before you just talk or before you just tell. You must live. You must live the life, and people must aspire for that. So I aspire for that, and I see a lot of him in me in terms of wanting to do business. And so there's a part of me that's entrepreneurial that I'm also pursuing in my private spare time, in terms of driving innovation or driving new businesses in my life. So yeah.
Do you remember the first time we had a chat?
The first time we had a chat?
Yeah, the first time. So it was cool.
So how many properties did you buy?
No,
not about it?
No.
Okay.
You remember the first time? 2022. You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Was busy with my shutdown. Not shutdown. Shift work. As a team, and I was in the control panel then, just sitting in the station of the operator. And I see a call. I was like, it's after hours. Why is this person calling me? I don't know. I was like, okay, let me answer. Yeah, answer. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Then I was like, happy birthday. I was like, who is this person? I don't even know. Who is it? I was like, who is this person? And he just said in the chat, went on and on and on. And then I was like, okay. Then while we were chatting, then I had to go on Teams. I was like, let me just check this person who I'm talking to. Then I checked, then we kept on talking, checking how I'm doing. And the whole point was just like wishing me a happy birthday.
Birthdays are important.
Yeah, so that was the first time we spoke. Took a screenshot of it. I still have it.
Great. Come on, man! You're bringing some quick memories.
You'll see the control panel in my background. Yeah, I took a screenshot of it. Every time we meet, I said, "Okay, let's take a picture."
Oh, yes, yes,
I do that.
Yes.
So just the memories, keeping them.
I appreciate that.
And then the GDP comes with like, hey, you must get a mentor. You must get
right.
Yeah. I was like, okay. Then we spoke a long time ago, but around June, I was like, okay, I don't know what is this coaching and mentoring. They give us the session. Like, we understand what is a coach. We understand what is a mentor. Then I was like, okay. Then I remember I had a chat with someone like in March. I was like, let me just give it a shot. So they emailed like, can you please be my mentor?
The price we pay for happy birthday. Happy birthday. But I'm telling you, Greg, it was it is the best relationship for me, seeing you grow as an engineer, And it is my hope and my prayer to see every engineer that is working for our organization really taking up the opportunity to have a mentor. Because I cannot overemphasize the importance of mentorship. And the word is, I'm saying this because my daughter is in metric. It is not my metric dance. It is your metric dance. Yeah. And my job is to just ensure, or any mentor is to just make sure you create that platform so the very best of your mentee can come out, and to see you flourishing, and to see all young engineers who come to Sasol through this mentorship program and through the GDP program, and to see them taking on leadership roles in the GDP, leadership roles in their own right. Yeah. I mean, very bold requests are being made. I mean, you guys also, you come and ask difficult sizes of money, you know. Like, no, we are cutting costs now. Don't come with that request. But you guys are so bold. You know, the EITs, I have so much joy working with the EITs. So definitely, mentorship is something I would encourage. Let me also say, every N1 or every EIT, think about mentoring the one who is still at university. You have bursars, and I think that relationship of saying that if you have a bursar from our organization and you know that as an EIT, how you actually, not say struggled, but how the transition was from university. Yes. So we have to use the EITs as well to start this, we call it buddy. But really is the early days, system, of mentorship. And once you are N1, or once you have qualified and they come in, avail yourself. I cannot overemphasize also the training that you get as a young person to look after another one. And some people, they really thrive because there's someone up there who looks like them.
Yes.
Because there's somebody out there who looks like them. Yes. And it's important to remember that.
Yeah, that's the whole point of all of this. But just looking like from beginning of our journey, I just feel like, just like you have a mentor and you can't forget that person. That's one thing I'm thinking about. Like I'll forever be indebted to you. Like I know most of our discussions that we had, that we still have, you always say something that I need to hear, not what I want to hear. And you just like spark like those questions in me, like, okay, but did you do this? Or like, I feel bad at that moment, like, oh, actually I should have done this. So it's just, even when we don't have sessions, like on every day, we just go to work or there's something that I need to do, I'll sit there, what would Mr. Andy do? I'll just sit there, what would you do? What would he say? So even like trying to, I don't know, worrying about the problem.
Yes.
I just like, what can you do?
Yes.
Like, this is it. This is the reality right now.
Yes.
So how do you move forward from it?
Yes. Because we have challenges.
Yeah.
We all have, we have challenges. Yeah. So I hope whatever it's worth, also, you would give somebody else the grace and the chance and the space to learn from you.
Yes.
I'm reading a book. It's called Redeeming Love. It's a book. It's based on the Bible. It's a Hosea. This guy Hosea says, and Gera. This guy went and he married somebody who who was a prostitute, and it describes the unconditional love that if you display unconditional love, as a leader, as a father, as a husband, as a son, if you display and act unconditional love, the amount of grace and hope that you give to people is indescribable. And so this redeeming love, this guy, he continuously forgive this lady.
She keeps on going back.
She keeps on going back.
Then people are like, hey, what?
Oh my word. I don't think
the patience that comes with it, even when people tell you, even when you see this person for who they are, but
Greg, I'm telling you,
you still have faith.
I'm telling you, if all of us can just have that grace, I think we'll be a better people. I think we'll be a better people. And why am I sharing this? In the workplace, there are changes. Changes are always going to come. Some changes are going to be very restrictive. Some changes might take you a step back. Some changes might not. You might compare yourself and say, why somebody else got this opportunity? Why? And you start being angry.
Yes.
And imagine being angry in an environment where there's just love. It melts. Anger melts. You just move on. You understand that change is not malicious.
Yeah.
And very often we think, another change, another course cut, another restructure, they are after me. No. So if you come from a space of just understanding you matter and there's love and there's caring. That's why our values is that caring. We don't want to use the word love just in case people misunderstand it. But caring, I think it encompasses all of that. So all of us have a duty. Yeah, that's the word. Right. All of us have a duty to care for one another, so that these 8 hours that we are spending every day in the office become one of the best.
Yeah.
Of hours.
Most of your day you spend it at work, so.
Yeah. So I think let's show a little bit of grace to our colleagues, our bosses, each other, and also grace to ourselves.
Yeah. Just one thing is just looking back. Like I said, looking at our sessions, it's like when I count my blessings, it's like I just thank God for pushing me in my path, because I thank you for the opportunity to allow me to speak a little bit into your life. One thing about me, every time we have sessions, sometimes I'll feel conviction. I was like, no, I can't keep this to myself. I tell my friends, like, hey, you should do this. This is your career. You must do this. I had a session with my mentor. He told me about this. So I have one friend that definitely I share stuff with.
And so we have a double mentorship.
I tell her, like, you must do this. You must do this. Yeah, just to have a positive outlook on that.
Yes.
We have sessions sometimes, like you must have like a mentor, you have like the coach, person can bounce off ideas. You must have a peer as well, someone like all your age, like you are in the same level. Yes. You're not punching way above your down. So it's just one of those things.
I learn a lot from you, by the way. Let's just put it out there. I learn a lot from you, the ability to listen. And you come back with a feedback. Last time we spoke, you came with that homework, and this is what I've done. And I just acquired, even at my level, identified one leader in the company as a mentor. So even at my level as VP, I do need mentorship as well. And he asked me, I want you to prepare a 5-minute presentation to come and explain to me why an organization needs you. Yeah. So that's a big assignment there. Why does this? I've worked here all my life. Like, no, now you go. So that's the homework that I'm currently having with my mentor. A very fantastic leader. And so we all need that. So I was coming to the point to say, I learned something from you as well, to say, if you really want to grow, you got to take the learnings from mentorship seriously. You got to take the homework seriously and go and apply yourself, and then come back and give that feedback. And I think one strong point I'm seeing from you is your ability to give feedback. Don't lose that. I mean, just in this session alone, the feedback that you've just provided, you have no idea, Greg, of how much incredible that feedback is, and how much it encourages me to carry on and do this mentorship this mentorship work. So keep up giving feedback. People thrive on giving feedback. This world does not give. This world just criticizes. Yeah. So see, there you.
That's the reason for all this. I was like, there's a lot of negative things. People always have an opinion. I was like, there are a lot of good things people are doing out there. I can also do the same thing. So I was like, let's do this thing.
Awesome.
But touching on the story of Hosea, I know you like church. I spoke to your ex-colleague, was like, I asked him, I was like, what is the one thing that you would like to talk about? I was like, no, passionate about family, passionate about church. So, and like helping people. So just on that, I have about 5 questions. So actually I have 6.
When are we ending?
Just 3. Pick 3 questions out of 6. So I have 1 to 6. So pick 3 numbers.
1 4 6.
1 4 6. First one. How has your involvement in church shaped your values and the way you lead at home and in the workplace? You said you can't separate that.
You can't. No, absolutely you can't. So the whole concept of servanthood, or you wanna call it stewardship, it cannot be separated. So I've been given a responsibility to lead men and women in the workplace, to bring the best out of them. I've been given a responsibility to continue the mandate of Christ in the world, and all of us have that responsibility to be stewards of this word, to say go and make disciples. And we may not all be preachers, we may not all be prophets, but all of us have some opportunity to contribute to the building of God's kingdom as stewards. And so that is very important to me. Just to correct, you say I love church. I don't actually love church. I love Christ.
You love Christ.
I love Christ. I love Christ because we can be churchy and miss the mark.
Right.
So
you must love Christ but that's not the one. It was in Ephesians about you must love your wife like Christ loves church. So, but it's a different one. Number 4.
That's Christ's job.
Yeah,
he loves the church. I love him. I love my wife too.
But you have to love your wife like he loved the church.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what legacy do you hope to leave behind for your children, not just professionally, but in faith, character, and values?
Pray and obey. Pray and obey, and that legacy is very important. Is the only thing that will take them to the maturity. Pray and obey, because obey means you do what the word of God says.
Yes,
it's obedience to the word, obedience to the will of God. And I hope, if anything, through my living and through my relationship with God, obedience and prayer. Now, obedience is a very special thing, because it is something that we all fail at.
Yeah,
because it's hard.
It's very hard.
It's very hard, and so we can only pursue it. Yeah, we can only pursue it if we mix it with prayer, because it is in prayer that obedience is strengthened.
Yeah.
It is in prayer that values are being built. It is in prayer that you get sensitive to how you live life. And it is in prayer that you are brought back, even if you go astray. It is in prayer, because when that prayer life goes away and you can't pray, I can tell you that for me becomes the loneliest, darkest of times. And therefore you realize, oops, I must have not been obedient in some area.
And you figure them out.
And you go back and you correct. You don't correct because now when you are obedient, it means you are perfect. You are perfect from the word go. this thing of obedience is not bringing you into perfect. You are already perfect. You already been perfected. So I think if they can catch that you are perfected already, and all these things that happen in life, it's really the process of just getting matured, and you mature because of obedience. You mature because of prayer, but you're already perfect.
Yeah.
It's a very strange thing, right? You as you're sitting here, you are really, really perfect because you are holy. You are a royal priesthood. You are chosen. Nothing that you do, nothing. Not how many times you pray, nothing that you do changes your identity, that you are perfect, you are holy, you are chosen, you are built to a cornerstone, Christ, perfected by the blood. But every day you are being sanctified. So my kids, if there's only thing that they should learn as a legacy, stay in prayer so that this whole process of going to maturity, not going to perfection, because you already been perfected.
Yeah.
That was done by Christ. He did it. You can't do anything to get you perfect already, boy.
Yeah.
So I hope my daughters they can understand that, because once you move from a place of perfection, then you have no reason to be listening to that guy called Satan.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut it short because we've been talking for a longest time now, and you have other commitments. But just checking, you mentioned somehow down inside you have some entrepreneurial blood going on. So and looking outside your chemical engineering or the role as Sasol that you do, you're also a shareholder and non-executive director at AfriStash, right?
Yeah.
Just looking at that, what inspired you to take that role within the company?
Legacy.
Legacy.
I mean, look, we all have a dream of some sort, something that must live beyond our existence.
Yes.
And building the AfriStash business is one such that when all is said and done in your 9 to 5, where you were employed, when all that is said and done, that there is something that you leave behind, something that you invest in. So other people, they invest in shares. Other people, they invest in property. I do sometimes also do that.
Yes.
So I invest in building a business that would sell starch.
Yeah, well, what role now do you see the AfriStash playing in contributing to food security, economic development, and in Africa?
Do you know there are places in sub-Saharan that don't have ice cream?
No. We have one sub-Saharan.
There are places that don't have ice cream. There are places that are struggling, and our focus in AfriStash at the moment is still South African.
Yeah.
To offset specifically the imports. That's really the focus. Our area is on cutting back on the imports and just grow our own starch products. And I think it is not so much so the food security. Let me just state that. It is about the call of the national call that we need to build manufacturing, bring back the glory of manufacturing in the country. And I think a lot of people do a lot of services type of work, or trading. I sell this, or I consult, but nobody really makes the effort of manufacturing, because it's expensive and the entries to manufacturing are high. And we have funding institutions, but those funding institutions don't release their money for these manufacturing institutions. So people go into services where the overheads are very little. Just come and talk to you. I can consult, personal coaching, but nobody makes an effort to say, how are we going to build manufacturing facilities? And that's my heart in my head, that we have to build manufacturing facilities. So the product is immaterial. As long as you can manufacture shoes, you can manufacture the furniture, but just manufacture something. So that's really the heart. So it's not so much the food security, but is the opportunity to delve into manufacturing, because I'm a chemical engineer and I enjoy the space of manufacturing.
And your part mentioned was the way, like, it was like, there are people that are smart, but there are people that are smart and hardworking. I was like, Andy is just exactly that. One thing that he likes about you is like, you're a very dedicated and meticulous individual. And like, you ask the right questions, and above anything, your integrity. Like, it's the most important to you.
It's important, yeah.
It's important.
Integrity, honesty, those are very, very important values, and should be for anyone. They should be. I think if integrity goes out of the way, that's it.
Done.
Yeah, relationship is gone.
Yes.
And that's the standard you must hold. Relationship is gone.
Yeah. Okay. I'll make it very easy for you now.
Is that question number 6?
No. How are we done with that? So this is the last part of it. The last section. The last section, I swear. Okay. I have about it's for future leaders, engineers and future leaders involved. Okay. I have about 10, but just choose 4. And then the last one will be these 3. I promise. That's it. I promise.
8, 3, and 2.
Okay, let's start there first. 8, 3, and 2. In that order. So, this is what you chose, and we already touched back on it, but how was working internationally, as in Qatar, Uzbekistan, shaped your perspective on global energy challenges and leadership?
I think we've already spoken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We've already spoken about that. But let me talk about it in a different context. Your job or our jobs are bigger than the job titles that we are having, and our jobs are also bigger than the organizations that we work for. Our contributions, I mean. And so working globally allowed me as a leader, today if somebody says to me, I'm resigning, and they say to me, and I ask where you are going, I hope the answer they are giving is they're going overseas. I hope, I always hope. If you say I'm resigning and I'm going down the road, I get very frustrated. But if you say I'm resigning, I'm going overseas, I fully support that. And why do I say that? Because we must teach our leaders, mostly South Africans, that we are global citizens. We have an opportunity to make an impact in the global world. And so having gone to the different places that I've worked in, I mean, simple things that open my eyes to say, you can actually contribute in these spaces. You don't have to look down upon yourself as a South African. And you do get surprised, because some of these things we don't actually plan for them. Right? When you go overseas, you don't plan for them, because your world is just this world. Outside my house here in Sandton, the people who go and collect my dustbin for as long as I remember when I was growing up, I know what they look like. Yeah. And one morning, a truck goes, boo, 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 go outside in my home in the UK, like who is making a racket? I open the window. It's a dustbin truck. Guess who are the people at the back? They don't look like the people I know from South Africa. Like, what? They also carry rubbish? Like, for a moment, like, where are we? Oh.
This is
This is life, right? So the guy from Tembisa, from Alex, from wherever, who's working outside collecting my rubbish bin, there's a rubbish bin that also needs to be collected in London.
Yes.
And that person does not look like the guy from Tembisa.
Exactly.
He's European.
Yep.
Now, for me, that was my first thought, like,
Okay.
yeah. So that simply, in its simplicity, the world is pretty much the same. The needs of the world are pretty much the same. And if you are coming from South Africa, you can contribute pretty much the same in another world. So when it speaks to sustainability, we are all should be driving to be all global citizens. We should be encouraging people. It's not a brain drain.
Yeah.
You know, as long as your grandma is in South Africa, it's not a brain drain because you still have to come.
Yeah,
you still have to come. In fact, for most Africans, it can never be a brain drain because you still have to come, still have to come back home. You know, because of those connections. Yeah. Was that question number 8?
Yeah, that's good. But if you could send a message to your younger self when you started your career, what would it be?
Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. Look, Greg, in every decision that I have made, it's a bed that I'm sleeping in.
Yeah.
And I would not have it any other way. There's no other Andy in this world. There will never be anyone like me. It's only me. I'm unique. I'm fabulous. I'm beautiful. I'm wonderfully made. And how I have charted my life, that's the way God wanted it to be. And He will have a conversation with me when I get there and say, but you did this, but I still love you.
Yeah.
So to myself, and I'm saying this to also all young people, own the decisions that you make. Be accountable for the decisions that you make. Own up the mistakes that you make, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes who you are. Otherwise, you will live a life of regret. If you go into a room and all that you have is white walls and a fan and a machine that goes boop, 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 this question does not matter.
Yep. That's why when you go, where you have the doctors and they ask the patients or whoever is there, what is it that you regret the most? Like, I wish I have been myself.
Absolutely.
Not pleasing people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You are the best when you are yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way to my younger self.
Yeah.
You are the best. Yeah, there you go. You are the best when you are yourself. Some people, I have a sister, my sister-in-law, every time she asks me like, how are you? Like, no, I'm awesome. And I like to use this word, I'm awesome. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
And it's important. You got to love yourself.
Yeah.
But humble enough, also at the same time. That's why I said to the other side to say, to give grace to be a servant, but you must do that still knowing your identity, because you are perfect. Right, a royal priesthood, chosen.
Yeah, one thing I used to say to one of my friends last weekend actually was like, I've seen a lot of engineers, they put up this personality just to blend in with others, and then they are like later at night, someone feel like they are lonely or anything. I was like, you would feel like that way because you put up the picture that to the world, like I am this person. But deep down, that's not who you are.
Yeah.
And then you find it hard to connect with people because they're connecting with the idea that you put out, like the person that you are.
Yeah.
So you must be like who you are wherever you go.
Yes.
People will talk either way, good or bad.
Yeah, but I must also caution in that. I mean, this one, I got many other mentors. So this other mentor of mine, she says to me, as a leader, you are always on the stage. When she said this, it bothered me for a longest of time. Am I on the stage? So am I supposed to like perform in a particular way? I went and I said, explain to me. Is this about me posture? Me about posturing and stuff? And she says, no, be yourself. Like, whoa, okay, you're on the stage, be yourself. So be yourself, meaning be conscious that you are also being watched. Be yourself even in the values that you are bringing. It doesn't mean be yourself as in like just be careless, because you still have a responsibility as a leader to lead at home, to lead as you walk around at Pick and Pay, or as you walk around at ShopRite, or to lead as you run on the street, to lead in terms of how you deal with other people when your kids are watching. But in all that dealings, be yourself.
Yeah. Well, full cycle. We're back here. Last session.
Is there a cut for adults at least? Because we feel like there's a cut for kids.
No.
How many?
Just three.
Just three again. Okay. Let's take these two.
Okay, cool.
They're next to each other.
Let's see. Do you think you will be close to your siblings? Do you think you will be close to your siblings when you grow up?
They better be close to me because I'm the eldest. I'm already having like gray hair. But I think the question is, do I think my siblings will be close to me, or I'll be close? I would want
because
to
you
think,
see, that's
I would really
version.
but it's an important question. It's a surprisingly important question. We are very much scattered, as siblings. There are some are in Middleburg, some are in Cape Town. I really, 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 really pray that closeness is definitely something that we would not lose, because our parents were very close. Even if we don't talk to each other for a longest of time, but when we do talk, I think definitely, I think we'll be close. I love my siblings. I move the world, for them, and I know that they love me and they respect me.
Okay, that's good.
I definitely know that.
You know that. Second one. If you could have a conversation with anyone in history, who would it be?
Peter.
Goes back again to Peter. Okay.
I want to have a conversation with Peter, because that guy, there's a lot of it that is spoken about him in the Bible, in his relationship with Jesus. He was like, nah, let's build a place here, and we're not going back to those people down there, at the Mountain of Transfiguration. I want to walk on water. He just walks on water. That's the one guy. And then after all of that, like, he just changes his mind. Like, I don't know that dude. I don't know him.
Betrayed.
I don't know that dude. I don't know him. Who chopped whose ear? Me?
First time.
For him? And the next thing, he's given grace.
Yeah.
And then he's the one who now actually starts this Christian movement. The power of second chances. That's to be the conversation I want to give, because all of us need not a second chance, multiple chances. So Peter would be my guy.
Right. Yeah.
Peter would be my guy.
Last one. What are you most proud of?
I'm proud of you.
Okay.
Yeah, we've come full circle. You are persistent. You are very persistent to have this session. Yeah, no, I must bring it to why we are in this room today. Yeah, it was. I didn't think that we're gonna come to the end of this conversation. I'm very proud to see that you worked on that action to say never leave a meeting room without leaving the other person with an action. You took it further, not just the action, to make sure that the action is implemented. So I'm very proud of the essence of saying when people do take action, they actually follow it through to see it to fruition.
Yeah.
It was in 2008. It was in 2008 or 2009. I took a picture. I was at Disneyland with my wife and my young daughter, and it is a picture that is featured on one of the Sasol articles that was put together. There's a guy called Budiza. He was in communications in Sasolberg. And he was having a conversation like this, but on print. I must really go and look for that article. And he says, if you were to describe yourself, how would you describe yourself? And I said to him, I would describe myself as a father, a friend, and an engineer.
Yeah.
I am most proud that all those elements, I have not shifted from them. I'm a father to my beautiful daughters. I'm a friend to my really beautiful, fantastic wife. And I'm an amazing engineer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm proud of.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Thank you for having a discussion with me. And people have been asking for this. Definitely they got
Who
it.
is asking? Nobody should be.
I would have people like, you should try it. And I was like, only if they knew we'd be before I even executed on this idea of this and episode being there, we spoke about this. But thank you for making this happen. We're here today and continue being the person that you are.
Thank you for the opportunity.
We need people like you.
Thank you for the opportunity, Greg, and for the time that you have made. You've taken out of your busy schedule to open up just a glimpse of who I am. There's a lot more in terms of who I am, but I hope that these few moments, these few minutes, and throughout the life of this conversation, wherever it's going to be posted, wherever it's going to be available, that it's going to show that we are all human.
Yes.
Number one, and number two, we are beyond our titles. Our titles don't define us. We live beyond our titles, and I hope somewhere in somebody's mind and in somebody's heart, they know that they can show some grace.
Yes.
Show some grace. Show somebody grace, and give a chance.
Will do.
Give a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was given a chance to be a leader, and I hope I can give other people also a chance to be leaders in their own right. Looking forward to the post.
Yeah, definitely. But okay, to the people watching, I hope you enjoy this episode and share it with people out there. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Ciao, ciao.